Okay, Broggles in the house, and I don't care if I got your mama in my mouth. What? Everybody's talking about it. Went to watch this thing called Squid Game, and it ended up being pretty good. I watched through the entire thing. So with that being said, I was like, all right, I'm sitting on a bunch of knowledge right here, so why not just talk about it and make a review about Squid Game. Now, the name itself, it makes you think, okay, this is about some weird stuff. It's a Korean show. It's a Korean movie. Well, it's a show. That might turn some people off, but no. What do you get when you get some broke niggas that don't have nothing to lose for the most part and throw them somewhere and have them fight for some money? What you get some niggas that's in trouble, all right? And they're not niggas per se. They're like Korean. You had like one nigga. I mean, he wasn't a nigga. His name was Ali. He was from Pakistan, I believe. But yeah, basically it is the Korean Hunger Games, where you have a bunch of people that's down on their luck. They owe a bunch of money and you throw them into this game where they're competing for money. But if you lose in the game, you actually die. Like the first game was red light, green light, and you were getting shot. Well, yeah, you literally getting shot if you got caught moving. I'm like, bro, this shit look fun as hell, but dangerous as hell at the same time. It's not something I would want to play, but I had a good ass time watching it. But before we get to that, who's the main character? Well, you have this dude. I'm gonna fuck up a lot of these names because it's Korean. It's South Korea. Thank you. So some of these names, they're crazy, right? I'm gonna try my best. So the main character, Lee Jung-jae. We gonna call him Lee. Lee, major fuck up, right? It was giving me Uncut Gems vibes. Like that's the type of vibes it was giving me at the beginning where, dude, nothing can go right for him because he doesn't want anything to go right. Like he just keeps fucking himself and he's a gambling addict. And it begins because he was supposed to like buy something for his daughter, but his mother, because he lives with his mom, he looked like he's about 40, living with his mother, and she gave him some money to buy something for his daughter. This dude went and gambled it. I was like, oh man, he about to lose all his money, not gonna have nothing for his daughter. A little twist there, right? Oh shit, spoilers. There's gonna be spoilers in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch it any further. Go watch it and come back because this video is going to still be here, hopefully. I'm thinking, okay, he's just going to lose all the money, not going to have anything for his daughter. No, he actually won a lot of money, but this nigga owes so much money to these people. They found him. They didn't even take the money. Korean Zendaya took it. All right, okay, so Korean Zendaya, Kang Se-byuk. Okay, the main character's name was Seung Ji-hun, all right? Lee Jung-jae is his real name. In the actual show, his name is Seung Ji-hun. Korean Zendaya, that's what I'm gonna call her because that's the energy I got from her. Cute as hell. The body's all right. She's tall. She gives us just this serious energy, just like, all right, you're a model, you could be a model. I love your energy, but your body's all right. But she was adorable and I can understand why people were going crazy about her, right? But I was like, all right, Korean Zendaya, Kang Se-byuk, right? That was her name. She actually robbed him. She got him because they ran into each other the typical way, and she got him, and he didn't even realize he didn't have the money because the dudes pulled up on him. He's like, yo, I got it, don't worry about it, I got it. And then they're like, all right, where the money? He's like, oh damn, she took my bread. It was funny because after he won the money, right, he's walking out and he gave the attendant that gave him the money 10,000 won. We gonna call it dollars because I'm not gonna keep up. He gave her $10,000, right? Yo, after he got jacked and got beat up, the dudes that beat him up made him sign something that said, yo, if you don't got my money in a month, we can sell your organs, right? And that's something that became a part of the story. I guess in America, I don't gotta deal with that, right? Where I am. I don't think, right? I don't think somebody's trying to run me down for my Badissi, just trying to sell it on the open market. I don't gotta worry about that. However, for these people in South Korea, I guess that's a big deal down there. So I'm talking about you gotta basically hide your belly button because somebody gonna come and try to cut that shit out. Almost like in India where people try to cut your hair off and sell it. It's wild. He signed his organs away, right? That's what they wanted. I was like, yo, this is a wild people over here, boy. But anyway, again, at this point, he has to meet his daughter, right? He goes back, got the $10,000 from the shorty he gave it to, and it's not really $10,000 because that makes it sound like it's a lot of money. That's probably like $100 in their money. I don't know the conversion rate. Feel like it's like $100. Gets the bread and he goes and he buys his daughter like hot dogs and stuff, right? So then it devolves, right? Because she's trying to tell him that they're gonna move to America, and then it turns into a whole thing that basically at this point he's down on his luck. He gets stranded at a train station, right? And he misses the train. Then this dude walks up to him, like suave dude in a nice suit. Was like, yo, you want some money? Let's play a game. I'm like, nigga, I don't want anybody at that time with all the shit that I just went through asking me if I want to play a game. Nigga, you Jigsaw? Back the fuck up, nigga. I ain't playing no game with you. But no, he came and he asked to play a game. It was cool. Dude was like, all right, let's play the game. It was like a game where you basically got to flip over the cards or whatever, right? Like you put a card on the ground and you got like a card in your hand. When I say cards, like a cardboard box. You got to smack it on the ground. And if you hit it hard enough, if it turns over, then you win. If it doesn't, the other person wins. So dude was like, all right, let's play. If you turn it over, you get $10,000 per flip. If you lose, I got to smack the shit out you each time. So dog, the dude that came, he's God level at the game. So again, the main character, Ji-hun, he's getting his ass whooped, bro. He's smacking the shit out of this dude over and over and over again. Then he won one time and he's about to smack dude back. And I was like, okay, this is telling me something, right? That if need be, he'll choose violence. She's like, no, that wasn't the deal. The deal was money. So he gave him the money and then he gave him a card. Long story less long, my nigga. A bunch of people got the card and it's like an invite to games like that where you're playing for money, but they didn't tell him you're playing for money. If you lose, you die. So then we go to the game, right? And we meet a bunch of different characters. One of the main characters, right? And whoo, and I say woo on purpose because Sang-woo, bro, Sang-woo. I don't know what to say about this dude, but I like him, right? I like him. But this dude, if that's my man, bro, he don't care. He don't care. Him and Ji-hun, they go way back, and that's his man. And Ji-hun, like the beginning, I swear, like the first couple episodes, every time somebody talked to Sang-woo, he's like, bro, he was literally sucking his dick. He was like, oh my God, Sang-woo, he went to this school, he went to SNU, top of his class. I'm like, nigga, can you get it out of your throat, please? But that's his man. Like, he's somebody that made it out and he was really happy for him. So that relationship was weird, but Sang-woo was kind of standoffish. Also, the chick that pickpocketed him, she ended up being there. Also, there was like this Yakuza dude that went there. And again, everybody that's here, they owe a lot of money. So they're there trying to win money. I'm gonna skip past some stuff because again, I want to break down every single goddamn episode. I'm just gonna give you guys a gist of it. But overall, we're here, right? And they're meeting everybody. And now, I don't think they understand the magnitude of what's going on, right? So he's trying to partner with Sang-woo and be cool. But Sang-woo, again, he's standoffish, but he's kind of cool. But then they get to the first game, right? We meet other people, but I'll talk about them when they become relevant. We go to the first game. We also meet this old dude, this cool ass old dude, Oh Il-na. He's playing with a massive brain tumor. I guess he's just trying to come and have a good time. I'll talk about him towards the end. He's within the show a lot, so we'll talk about it. They go play the first game, red light, green light. Oh, I forget to say that this place, when they brought him there, like everybody was put to sleep. They don't know where they are. They didn't take showers the entire time, and they were there for days, if not weeks. At least days they were there for, and nobody was able to take a shower. I was like, yo, that joint must be musty as I don't know what. But hey, man, you're playing for a lot of money. I'm talking about, in comparison, it seems like it's about 40 million, something like that. But anyway, red light, green light. Basically, you guys have played red light, green light. When they say green light, you can go. When they say red light, you stop. They have some software where it's like, if anybody's moving at all, then it shoots you, like you dead. So it goes through, and it's like a really riveting thing. It comes down to the point where Ji-hun, the main character, he's about to die, and here comes my guy Ali, the black dude, the Pakistan dude, and he's black, he's from Pakistan, and he saved him. Like he trips and he's about to fall, and the chick about to turn around, red light, and he's about to fall, and again, if you're moving at all, you die. Ali is holding this dude up with one hand and he's just stuck there. I'm like, yo, this dude is strong as shit. And the old dude even completes the game. All the main characters complete the game, but it sets the tone, right? It shows you like, if you lose, if you slip up, you're dead. In the first game, more than half the players were killed. After that, everybody's trying to beg to leave. Everybody's like, yo, we gotta get the fuck out of here. This is not worth it. I'm not trying to do this for no money. You feel me? And that's a clause in there, right? Like, if the majority of people wants to leave, then it's ended there. And Sang-woo, he actually brought it up. He has a good heart, I think, because he actually wanted to stay. Because again, everybody there owned money. But what happened was, before they made the vote, they showed them just how much money they could win. So then it came down to like the old dude. He was 001, the old ass dude that was there with the brain tumor, which it was weird. I was like, bro, he's there, the brain tumor. He's obviously gonna pick, he wants to stay. He picked it to go. He chose to leave. I was like, all right, cool. He doesn't want to stay. So then they leave. This is a setup. They leave the actual island. Everybody goes back. But the crazy part, Ji-hun, as soon as he leaves, goes to the police and he tries to explain to them what's going on. Nobody believes him, right? So then a lot of the people that tried to leave, they invited them back, was like, hey, there's an opportunity to come back. It's happening again. Most of these niggas went back. So I'm like, why did you leave in the first place? But that money, they think about that money, and then a lot of people realize, as bad as it was in here, it's not much better out there because they owe so much money. So at least in here, they get a chance to kind of change their lives, right? So everybody go back. Another subplot is that when he went to the police, there's this dude, his brother is missing, right? And he's a cop. So then he follows Ji-hun, and then he ends up getting to the island, and he takes over one of the actual dudes that's controlling, one of the admins, right? Because they got people that are in admins, they're in like PlayStation masks. They got X, triangle, circle, right? So they're these people that are basically the admins, the administrators, the people that are overseeing everything, the gamekeepers, you could say. Another subplot is that we have a doctor, right? That's actually in the game, but he's working with some of the gamekeepers because he is taking out organs of people that have died, I guess, to smuggle them, right? So basically the trade was, he takes out organs on the downtime, which was like, how is this happening? Because they had cameras everywhere, but he's taking out organs on the downtime, and then in exchange, they're telling him the games beforehand. So he had a leg up. At that point, he joins forces with the gangster dude, right? Hard gangster dude that owes money. That's just pretty much an asshole. He has some history with Korean Zendaya, so they were like a back and forth thing. And he's a big, supposedly tough guy, just causing trouble, loud. It's just weird, right? There's also this weird auntie, right? This loud chick who's just trying to survive and get the money. We'll talk about her a bit later, but I guess where are we now? I guess we get to the second game, and they're playing a game where basically you got like a biscuit or a cracker, and you got to cut out the image in it, and the image can't crack. If the image cracks, then you die. It's almost like you're tracing it out, and it's easier based on the shape. So in this game, they give you different shapes. One was an umbrella, and I guess it's like it's a honeycomb. One is an umbrella. I think one was a triangle, but they're a bunch of different shapes. The thing is, Korean Zendaya, she snuck into the vents, so she saw that they were boiling sugar, right? So then Sang-woo, the main character's boy, who he's always hyping up, he overheard, so he's like, okay, what were they doing? She told him what they were doing, and he basically figured out what the next game was. He didn't tell nobody that he was cool with. He didn't even tell his man. So then when it was time to choose a shape, he chose triangle, and then he let his man choose umbrella. I was like, bro, like Sang-woo? Bro, he was willing to do whatever it takes to win. Again, the good part about this is that it does a great job of tension, right? And again, people are dying all around you because if the cookie breaks, the honeycomb breaks, they're shooting you on the spot. So it does a good job of building up tension and showing there's a clock as well. Time is winding down. So you got Jihan, you got Sang-woo, you got Baek, Korean Zendaya, you got Ali, you got old dude. All these people are struggling because they did not know the game. Sang-woo knew the game, so he finished relatively early, but now the clock is winding down. Like Jihan, he's trying to figure it out. He figured out, all right, let me just lick it so I can get it done quickly. He finishes close to the end, and then people saw him, and then he kind of inspired others. So it's like for Jihan, like he's a piece of shit outside of like this place, but in that place, he was the nicest guy. I was like, what the, like, dog, you were the worst person outside of here. In the place, he was the best person, but I guess it's based on the environment, the people he was around, everybody there owed money. But I don't think he was taking it as seriously as Sang-woo, because Sang-woo was willing to do anything to win, nigga. When I say anything, we'll talk about it, anything, all right? What's interesting as well is that the gamekeepers, they cannot remove their mask. They all got masks on. And at that point, one of the players, they caught one of the dudes and they took him hostage, right? So then he forced one of the gamekeepers to remove his mask. They end up shooting the dude, but then they end up shooting the gamekeeper as well, because you cannot remove your mask no matter what. Not even getting threatened, because your face cannot be shown. It's like trying to keep everything under wraps, because whomever gets out, they get out and they win all the money, like of utmost importance. I think if I go through every single factor of this goddamn show, it's gonna take too long. So I'm gonna skip ahead. It got to the point that everybody's getting close. They had a game of tug of war, and Sang-woo, he's like, yo, go get men. Because at this point, Korean Zendaya, she's with them, and she's like, yo, go get men. Korean Zendaya, she goes back and she gets a woman, right? And then another woman joins them. So now they got tug of war. Again, the doctor, he's on another team. He already figured out what the game is, so he got a bunch of husky ass, big ass dudes, and so he knows the game. Now you got this team of women and the old dude, because the old dude is still there, and the old dude, I mess with him, bro. That's my guy. And so they got to figure out different things. And the thing is, they use like wit and being clever to overcome this with Sang-woo and his quick thinking. The old dude, he talked about back in the day what they did to like win almost every game of tug of war, and that made him, and that helped them, and they overcame that. I guess for now, we're going to talk about the characters, because we talked about just too many plot things, and then now it's just a summary, right? So let's talk about the characters. Let's talk about why the characters are great. All right, Jihan, like I said, outside of the place, he was ass. Like he was just a terrible person, just suck at life. In that environment, he was the best player there, meaning he was a great teammate. When I say best player, he was a great teammate. He was looking out for others. He was caring. No, the best player was Sang-woo. No question, the best player was Sang-woo. But Jihan was the best teammate, which is weird because he's a gambling addict, right? He's not somebody that you can probably depend on, but he was very dependable. Sang-woo was as well, but he was willing to throw you under the bus as well. Sang-woo, I think for him, where things kind of got weird is when it was like one of the final games, you had to pair up. Yeah, Jihan, he paired up with Il-nam, the old dude, because nobody wanted to pair up with him. And he had Sang-woo, he paired up with Ali, because they got really close, because after they left, Sang-woo gave him money for the bus, gave him money to get something to eat. So they got really close. So then they paired up. So everybody's pairing up thinking, okay, we're about to go against another team. When you paired up, you're about to go against the person you paired up with. You had a husband and a wife who paired up, and now you got to eliminate the other person, and whoever gets eliminated, obviously you die. Like it's truly curtains for you. So Sang-woo is so fucked up, right? Like they're playing with marbles, and Ali, he's busting his ass at these marbles. It was a point where he started spazzing on Ali, right? And saying he was cheating, but then he smartened up. He was like, okay, you know what? I figured it out. We can work together. He tricked Ali by saying, let's go find somebody easy to beat up on because we can beat the game that way. But before he does that, he says, yo, let me secure your marbles, because he had like one marble left. So Ali gives him his bag, but Sang-woo had already prepared a bag of rocks. For me, I'm like, bro, you can't tell the difference between how rocks sound and how marbles sound, whatever, because it is what it is. So he tricked Ali, right? Because the goal was to get all the marbles from your opponent. Whoever gets the most marbles, then the game's over. He tricked his friend. Ali got all the marbles from him because he poured rocks into it. Ali doesn't even notice. The game's winding down. He goes back to the gamekeeper. Sang-woo got all the damn marbles. He's about to win that round. The realization that Ali has at that moment, that shit is so sad because he's like, fuck. I thought that was my man. But Sang-woo, he's willing to do whatever it takes to win, my nigga. Say Baek, I mean, I think, again, she's a cool character. She does a lot of things that's like, all right, you know, it's noble. And she has the same resting bitch face the entire time, right? I think she's fairly interesting because, again, she's a tough girl. But it's just like, again, just brooding. She's fighting to save her family, particularly her brother. So she's not trying to build any bonds. The moment that really fucked me up, right, is not only Il-nam and Ji-hun, because they were paired with each other and they had to overcome each other. And there's a point where Ji-hun, he's with Il-nam and they're trying to do the marble game. And remember, Il-nam, he has a brain tumor. So he has moments where it's like he can't remember things. Ji-hun started to take advantage of that and started to manipulate him and tell him, okay, yeah, you lost, da da da. So then he started to get all these marbles. So then Ji-hun, he runs away and all this different stuff. But then he points out to Ji-hun, because they were supposed to be boys, he points out to Ji-hun like, yo, we were supposed to be friends and you trying to play me, right? But it is what it is. I'm gonna give you the marble. Ji-hun walks away. Il-nam, he gets shot, bro. That shit is so sad. But the saddest one, I think, is with Korean Zendaya, Kang Se-baek, and this other girl. Remember I said for the tug of war, Sang-woo said to go and get a male. Se-baek, she went and got a girl. The girl was Ji-young. So Ji-young, completely detached girl, seemingly was just trying to be friends with Baek. They're having conversations, right? And they're learning so much about each other, right? And it seems like in a different environment, they'll be great friends. But at the end, they're like, all right, we're just gonna do one game. Winner takes all. Baek, she goes first, closest to the wall, it seems like. She throws her marble and she gets, you know, somewhat close. Baek just drops her marble. And again, for her, she felt like she didn't have anything to live for, while Baek, she's trying to get her brother out. So it was a really touching moment between those two because they start to realize like only one of us can get out of here. It's so many different emotional things going on because, again, it was a husband and a wife, right? Where one of them got to get eliminated. Boy, you got a gangster and his henchman. The henchman was whooping his ass. He eventually eliminated the henchman. That entire thing, it was just like, it turned it on its head because it went from like individuals to teammates to basically you build up this rapport with people, then it breaks it because now your teammates, the person that you're closest to, right? Because now it's duos. You think you're going in and it's duos. The person that you're closest to, you got to eliminate. And you know if they're eliminated, they die, right? Completely turns it on his head. So I thought that was ingenious. I gotta say, the worst sex scene I've ever seen in my goddamn life was in this actual thing. And it was between the gangster and like this manipulative woman that like, she was just going all over, just trying to get in where she fits in. She was trying to be with the gangster because he had a strong team. He was kind of running things in there. She helped him in a game. But then after the fact, she basically threw a pussy at him. They had sex in the bathroom, bro. I was like, oh God. Bro, how the hell I can't rock with that. And the reason why is like, you haven't showered in days and like they're naked and I'm like, oh my God, that cannot smell good. I guess we've been going on too long, right? The point of this is like showing what people are willing to do to win because it comes down to the end with Sang-woo, Baek, and Ji-hun. Baek, she got hit when they were trying to do, it's like this other game where it's basically walking on glass, right? That's gonna take too long to explain. At this point, just know it's like some glass was involved and she got hurt, right? She got hurt. So now it's them three. They give him an exquisite dinner, an amazing dinner, but then they give him a knife at the end. Baek, she's still hurt because the last game, all of them got hit with glass, but she got hit the worst. And so at that point, they understand the type of person Sang-woo is because in the last game, he pushed somebody down, was like, yo, nigga, go on. I gotta get through. So now Ji-hun is like, yo, bro, like, what's up with you? That's when Sang-woo let off like, nigga, you a bitch. Pretty much that's what he told him. He's like, you don't take things seriously. You a failure. Again, this is the dude that he was hyping up in the beginning. This is supposed to be his man. So it was just like weird as hell. So now it's like, okay, cool. I see what type of time it is. Baek, they got close and they were kind of cool. So he's going over there. He's like, nah, I wasn't trying to kill you. You look like you were like about to fall asleep. He then realizes that she's bleeding. So then he runs to the door like, yo, we gotta help. We gotta save this woman. While he walked away, Sang-woo go and slash her throat. He goes over, she's bleeding to death. He's like, wait, why the f would you do that? He's like, bro, hey man, the game is the game. At the end of it all, right, it comes down to Sang-woo versus Ji-hun. And it's a game that they played when they were kids. And Ji-hun, he got the best of Sang-woo. But Sang-woo at the end, like this nigga was pissing me off. He was about to win and he walked away. He's like, yo, can majority vote get out? Because again, majority vote at the end is just him and Sang-woo. He got Sang-woo dead to rights and he's trying to walk away from millions of dollars. Sang-woo was like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, they had a great moment where they kind of rekindled and they realized what was important. But Sang-woo, he's a real nigga for this, right? Because he realized what Ji-hun was trying to do. He was trying to walk away from all that money after all the shit they've been through. There's so many subplots going on because Sang-woo, his mom, she thinks glowingly of him, right? She has the greatest idea of him, but then she had a shop and all that. He put up her shop with all his investments. So now her shop is about to get lost. She don't know it. He owe all this money. So then he's like, yo, take care of my mom. And Baek told him to take care of her brother. So at that point, Ji-hun was trying to throw the game so that they can both live. That nigga stabbed himself. He grabbed the knife that they were fighting over. He stabbed himself in the neck. I was like, that's a real nigga. That's a real nigga, because that took a lot, because he realized the situation, right? So at the end, Sang-woo went out like a G. And if anybody played the game correctly, I think it was Sang-woo. Ji-hun, he got by because he was the main character. Dead ass. Like, he was Luffy at this point. Okay, I'm a chill. But he played the game. Like, he played the game really well. I think the brilliance of this show is that it's showing that in a controlled environment like that, what people are willing to do to win and what people are willing to do to survive. So many subplots going on. I can't get into all of them right now, as this review would be like 3 hours. But there was a cop who snuck onto the island. He was trying to find his brother. Bro, like, his brother ended up being over the whole thing. Like, being the front man, the guy who was basically overseeing the whole thing. And even deeper than that, my nigga, the person who started this entire thing, because essentially they were bored, was none other than the old nigga with the tumor that was actually playing who we thought got shot. I was like, this nigga here. And again, Ji-hun, after he leaves, he's all fucking warped because he doesn't even touch the money. He got millions of dollars and he's not even touching it. He's wandering around. I'm like, bro, if you don't give these people some of the money, because when he went out, remember his mom, she had gotten diabetes and had went to the hospital before he went in there. He comes out, she died, right? She died in her home. So now he comes out, his daughter is overseas, his mom is dead, his best friend, or so he thought, is dead. He just went through all that. He's like basically just wandering like a monk. At the end, he finds out about the old dude because the old dude basically summoned him. And he's like, what the hell? Why would you do this? That's when we find out why he did it. And then basically the old dude kind of gave him a reason to kind of like use the money. He was like, yo, at this point, like, it is what it is. It's a bunch of weird shit I'm not going to get into right now. You just got to watch it. If you know, you know. But basically Ji-hun then decides to use the money. First, he goes and gets Baek's brother. Then he basically gives him to Sang-woo's mom because she lost her son. You know, he doesn't have a guardian. He gives him to Sang-woo's mom. And then he leaves a briefcase. He's like, all right, I'm getting out of here. And he gives her, I feel like, half the money, right? And she's like, what the fuck? But I think what she was more interested in is the fact that he said, this is the money I owe Sang-woo. She's like, so for her, she hadn't heard from her son because she doesn't know he's dead. So she's probably like, where did you hear from him? Because that's her son, man. She loves him. Anyway, Ji-hun is ending and he's trying to go overseas, right? He's about to go see his daughter. He's a millionaire now. This nigga dyed his hair red, looking like fucking Chucky. He's about to go overseas, right? So he's waiting at the train station. Lo and behold, he see the suave ass nigga slapping the shit out some dude. Bro, he runs over there and tries to stop it. And dude got on a train. He didn't get to talk to him, but he talked to the other dude that he gave the card to. Was like, don't do it. Don't do it, nigga. You're gonna die. That nigga did it. He took the card and then he called him. I guess he was trying to go and play again. But then the dude, the front man that basically killed his brother, right? Killed his younger brother that was looking for him. That was fucking savage. He told him, bro, just go get on the fucking plane. Like, why are you worried about this again? You got the money. Get on the fucking plane and go care for your daughter. Because he was on the phone with his daughter like, I'll be there soon. Dog, this dude leaves and I guess he's about to go and try to play again. I was like, Ji-hun, you fucking idiot. Like I said, in the game, the perfect teammate, making all the perfect decisions, I think, for like, as a teammate. As a person, outside of that environment, he is the worst. I mean, he made a great thing by getting the boy and then giving him to, you know, Sang-woo's mom. But nigga, take the money and go look after your daughter, you fucking deadbeat. That was pissing me off, bro. Overall, though, a very good time. Gruesome as shit. Had some very interesting characters. I think the best character is Sang-woo. I mean, he had a brilliant character arc, going from somebody that was desperate, but he showed that he's willing to help with Ali, willing to betray Ali, but then to come to Jesus moment where he realized the situation and kill himself so that Ji-hun can benefit, as well as his mom, as well as Baek's brother. So I think Sang-woo is the best character. I like Baek as well, but she's pretty stale. She was all right? She was, again, same face the entire time, but she's cute as fuck, so I understand that. Ali was really cool. Just a good guy, just trying to get by, had a family and all that. So how he got done by Sang-woo was dirty, but I mean, you gotta win, man. All in all, I give it a show an 8 out of 10, right? Because it had some slow moments, and then sometimes it was like, bro, this shit makes no goddamn sense, some of the decisions they were making, but it's enjoyable. It put you in a situation where you're thinking, what would I do if I was in that situation, right? That's what you were thinking the entire time. And just seeing people, again, it's Korean. I watched it in Korean. I didn't watch it in English dub, right? But I'm an anime fan. I'm an anime guy. I'm used to subtitles. It was a great time. I enjoyed myself. That shit was fire. They had some touching moments, had amazing characters. Again, Il-nam, I think just everything he did and went through, at first I was like, man, that's my guy. But then when you find out the reason why he did it, I get it, right? You have so much money, there's nothing to do, you're bored, so you create this actual game. It's fucked up, but at the end of the day, people had a choice. You had a choice where you could come and earn this money, or you can leave. And then you had people that left and came back. So I'm not mad at Il-nam for doing it, because you have a choice, but it's still fucked up, right? Because it's not as transparent. You don't realize that you're gonna die from all these things. You just think, all right, maybe I can get slapped a couple of times, but no, you die. And again, there's a subplot with, like, they have people that are watching from other countries, right? Those are people that are VIPs that are betting on all these games and stuff. So it's like a dark thing. Again, the organs, the people betting on this stuff, it all felt a bit surreal, but it felt kind of real. Like, these are things people in South Korea deal with. But yeah, that's it, guys. That was long as fuck. I apologize, but great time. Squid Game was a great time. I definitely recommend it. Give me your thoughts. How do you feel about Squid Game? If season 2 comes out, because I think how they ended it with a cliffhanger, season 2, I mean, you gotta bring out season 2. It's #1 everywhere. So give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at BragoD.Ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Guys, again, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost. I rewrite it.